I gotta say, I've enjoyed the Transformers think pieces and discussions that TJOmega has been doing for the past few years now, be it videos on underused characters, exploring the more obscure corners of the franchise, thoughts on leaked product listings, and so much more. This year he posted designing my own Transformers toy line, using a template created by the late Andrew Sorohan, and may he rest in peace. TJ basically, well, it's in the title, and takes the Transformers Legacy approach, pulling characters from various continuities, like Animated, the Unicron trilogy, Generation 1, and assigning them to the current size classes, Core, Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, Commander, and Titan. So I thought, why not do a video myself? This will be more akin to a small subline, similar to Legacy's Velocitron collection. I know that had a few new molds in it, but I'm keeping things simple with redecos plus retools of existing and rumoured toys. I've omitted the Core, Commander and Titan size classes, since the Velocitron collection never had any. To make up for it, I've bumped the number of deluxes from 5 to 8. As long-time fans of this channel should know, I'm quite the Beast Wars nut. What I had in mind is an extension of not the original toy line, but rather the modern figures of Beast Wars characters a la Kingdom and Legacy. Presenting the Feral Scream Collection. I'm sure a better title exists. Whatever backdrop or fiction there would be to market this, my choices are as follows. Kicking off the deluxes is Double Punch from Kingdom's Scorponok, based on the BotCon Japan 1998 exclusive, recolored from Mega Class Beast Wars Scorponok. I'm not the biggest fan of the Kingdom mold, but it's nice when they revisit convention-exclusive characters at mass retail. They did so with the Predacon Sandstorm for Legacy, why stop there? Especially since the original Beast Wars Double Punch was cast mostly in translucent plastic. That figure was limited to 600 pieces, and right now I'm sure that's in multiple senses of the phrase. Give us a toy we can actually, play with. As with the Creatures Collide Scorponok, they could even include both the robot and mutant head sculpts used for this mold's lifespan, allowing for alternate display options. Next up is a Predacon who debuted in BotCon fiction that is yet to have an official toy. Cataclysm from Kingdom Shadow Panther. I know he was based on Transmetal Cheetor, but what if Cataclysm had an organic beast mode? There are two colour schemes to work from, the one from the 3H comics, and the second is the Fox Kids recolor of Transmetal Cheetor, that was repurposed for a version of Cataclysm from the Beast Wars Uprising Pro stories. Of course, either deco would look odd on an organic large cat, so maybe they'd try something else? Why reuse Shadow Panther and not Cheetor for this? Well, even though the latter's robot head would be closer, as a quote-unquote new take on Cataclysm, Shadow Panther's mutant head suits a Predacon better, especially a herald of someone empowered by Unicron's life force. Plus, I have a different use for Kingdom Cheetor, which we'll get to. Flying high is a ninja from the sky, Nightbird from Kingdom Skywarp. Like with Cataclysm, there would be at least two colour schemes to work with, the Generation 1 deco, and more recently, the Rise of the Beasts design, both of which could be reworked to mimic an existing bird of prey, or at least one similar to a falcon. Spoilers for a future video, but I don't think this mold's beast mode works as an eagle. Unlike with Cataclysm, I specifically chose the Skywarp retool over Razer because his head better matches G1 Nightbird's. They share an oval mouthplate. But then again, the overall sleekness suits the slender robot ninja anyway. Whether this figure would be characterized as the original Nightbird in a new body, or merely a namesake, I'll leave that one to you guys. Skywasp from the Creatures Collide 4-pack was based on a redeco of Transmetal Waspinator from one of the cancelled Universe Halloween HorrorCon sets. In that same spirit, I'd take Kingdom Waspinator, the colours of the Fox Kids Transmetal Waspinator, and name it after a G1 Seeker, Nova Storm, or should it be Nova Sting? These colours were also used on the Thrilling 30 Waspinator sculpt to create the Waruda Mudfighter for one of BotCon's souvenir packs. Check TF Wiki for more info, but in short, it's a Diaclone homage. That figure could also double as Shattered Glass Waspinator, as seen in the Collectors Club comic. And while I'm sure some would prefer either of those, Nova Sting is the direction I'd take. Once again, I'd include both robot heads used for this mold, like they did with Skywasp. We're not done with Fox Kids, as we have their recolor of Transmetal Tarantulas that appeared in BotCon's Primeval Dawn comic. It follows on from the events of the Beast Wars episode Other Victories. Spoiler alert, it features a Back from the Dead / Vok-empowered Tarantulas. That toy was repurposed as Shattered Glass Tarantulas, also from the Collectors Club comic. Don't know about you, but I would love to see this deco applied to Legacy Tarantulas, which I dub Primeval Tarantulas. Inspired, eh? For what is a toy representing his pre-transmetal form, I'd actually prefer a glossy grey plastic over silver paint, as long as it's a grey that isn't flat. Combined with the black and bright green, I'd buy this in a heartbeat. I know at least one person's done a kit bash. I'm putting this out there anyway. Next up is Crystal Widow from Kingdom Black Arachnia. The original Crystal Widow toy was redecoed from Beast Machine's Black Arachnia, and thus, as with Cataclysm, this reinterprets her with a completely organic beast mode. However, rather than straight up use the Universe figure's colour scheme, I'd have a mix of that and Black Arachnia's deco from that Halloween HorrorCon pack. As with Skywasp, it'd homage said multipack, while being sold as a different character. Then all that's left is Leatherhide. Good luck! Crystal Widow is my first Maximal of the batch, as fiction usually depicts her either as a hero from the start, or a bad bot turned good. Just as Beast Wars Grimlock made a comeback, I'd also do Swoop from Kingdom Pterosaur. Fun fact, the company Men in Black, organisers of the, infamous BotCon 1996, proposed a 2-pack exclusive for their non-licensed convention the following year, TransCon 2. And one of the toys from that pack was Swoop from Beast Wars Basic Class Pterosaur. However, MIB solicited this set before they had even acquired permission from Hasbro, and so the 2-pack was shut down. That Swoop's colour scheme seemed to be the inspiration for the Armada Dinobot, Tyrannotron. Considering Men in Black's former association with the franchise is more than likely a sore point for Hasbro, I'd imagine they'd come up with a different deco altogether, or perhaps an alteration of Tyrannotrons. The final deluxe pays tribute to a McDonald's toy, Panther from Cheetor. Some might question this one considering Shadow Panther's existence, but if they can get away with multiple Cheetors, I'll help myself. For alt mode, I'd cast him in either black or a very dark grey, and of course the robot would bear Panther's blue, red and white deco. Assuming he wouldn't be given a new robot head, I'd have Panther reuse Cheetors. Why? Well, long before even YouTube, I recall a fan website that gave the 4 main McDonald's toys actual Transformer names, and Panther was called Ratchet. With that in mind, I'd paint Cheetor's horns to match G1 Ratchet's unibrow. I know I said before that this mold doesn't make the best Panther, the creature, and a major retool of Tigatron would probably work better, but all my Voyager slots were filled up. Speaking of, my first Voyager is another McDonald's character, Rhino, who on that aforementioned website was renamed Braun, obviously from Kingdom Rhinox. Not a popular mold, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't want it reused ever. Though I guess I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot in saying that of all my choices, this is the one that would most likely shelf warm. There's always one. Considering most of the Velocitron figures were packed in their alternate modes, a near solid grey rhinoceros wouldn't be the most appealing product on the shelf. Maybe add mud patches or something? Or better still, throw in elements of the Fox Kids recolor of the original Beast Wars Rhinox figure. At least the robot would be more colourful. They could get away with reusing Rhinox's head for Rhino, but if they were to retool it, please, base it off his appearance in the Beast Wars sourcebook, instead of his hideous demonic monkey skull face. Please. Believe it or not, the McDonald's Beast Wars Under 3 toy received an at-show souvenir figure for BotCon 2016, named Unit 3. It's a recolor of Combiner Wars Streetwise. However, a preliminary souvenir concept had the Beast Wars 2nd Lio Convoy toy done in Under 3's colours as a Maximal named Undermine. With a new Leo Convoy, or Leo Prime, in Legacy Evolution, I want this idea brought to life, as the colours look kinda nice on this design, not gonna lie. Whether he'd be a straight redeco, or retooled with a new robot head, I frankly don't mind either way, same goes for whichever name they pick. But let's face it, there are other Leo Convoy redecos they're more likely to do first. The third Voyager is Hardhead from Kingdom Dinobot. Thrustor could fit this spot too, though he would require extensive retooling to pull off the cyborg beast aesthetic. Same goes for Dirgegun from Waspinator, by the way. If they didn't adopt Kingdom's realistic approach to the beast mode, they could get away with simply retooling both noggins for Hardhead. Funnily enough, the raptor head is already kinda goofy looking with its teeth hanging out, which arguably suits Hardhead better than it does Dinobot. I'm still iffy on Hardhead's colours, but he has his fans, and I'm all for exploring the Japanese cast. Not to mention, just as they did T-Rex from Kingdom Leader Megatron, we could also get a new Beast Machines Dynatron. This redeco opportunity is another reason why I'd do Hardhead before Thrustor. A while back now, there was a listing for a new Voyager Fusel Silverbolt for the third chapter of Legacy, and right off the bat you're thinking Windraiser, a recolor of the original Fusel Silverbolt toy, which is fair, but let's go a different route. It's for an existing character, but it would require extensive retooling, if not a case of a reskin, copyright TJ, and it would explore a concept I've been intrigued by for a while now. I give you Fusel Iceberg. To recap, Iceberg is the leader of the Beast Wars mutants, which according to the package bio were former Fusors infected by Megatron's anti-transformation virus from Beast Machines. Obviously, Silverbolt's wolf and eagle features would become polar bear and owl parts respectively. Or maybe he'd just be an Ursagriff, like Prime Grimwing. Of course, his robot head would be the hidden head from his original figure, perhaps altered. Call it biased, but I think a pre-mutant Iceberg would be fun. The two leader class slots are admittedly the most predictable choices. It wouldn't surprise me if they were Generation Selects toys down the line. First up, Cryotech, from Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, possibly with a retooled head, or face, since I know some didn't care much for Megatron's grimace. Cryotech's only figure to date was part of 2001's Robots in Disguise line, but the character cropped up in media tied to the Beast Wars cartoon timeline, including the 2007 animated short Theft of the Golden Disc. Cryotech was also featured in the Beast Wars Uprising stories. His original toy is not high on my want list, but I do like the elemental contrast from Megatron. It must have an audience somewhere, considering it would go on to inspire a certain redeco of Cybertron's Scourge. Finally, there is a rumoured leader-class Tigerhawk for the third part of Legacy. You know where this is going. While not a Beast Wars toy per se, Razer Claw is, well, not even from the same universe technically. Rather, he's an alternate Tigerhawk, pulled from his own dimension following its destruction, corrupted and converted by Unicron into Razer Claw, and sent to the world of the actual cartoon continuity. Like Cryotech, Razer Claw also appeared in Beast Wars Uprising. Based on the latter fiction, I'd release him as a Predacon. Either way, Razer Claw's the go-to Tigerhawk recolor. If you're wondering, I currently don't own the Universe toy, but I kinda want to cause that colour scheme. Damn, that colour scheme. So there you go. Do you agree with my choices? Are there any changes you'd make? Or maybe you'd pick a different theme, or cast? Have you done your own designer line using the existing template? Please tell me in the comments. I'd like to thank Kit Katastrophe for the digi-bashes done for this video. Check out his channel and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll also put a link to his Discord server, Kit Katopia, in the description. This has been Rune's Realm, and thanks for joining me by the fireplace. Take care.